My name is Dave Dozer. I'm a bamboo rod builder. I'm an engineer by training, but I also come from an artistic family. Grandfather was a professional photographer. My father was a watercolorist. I have a brother who's into fine art photography and a sister who's a fashion designer. So I try to pull my engineering side and the artist side together in my rod building. I started rod building in 1980 with graphite rods and built graphite rods for a number of years, but then got into bamboo rods when a good friend of mine put an old Leonard Hurricane in my hand fishing one day. And I just fell in love with bamboo and have been building bamboo rods ever since. Traditionally, bamboo has been around for fly rods for over 100 years. It's a great building material for us because the fibers within the bamboo are very strong and they make a great fly rod. When we build fly rods, we start with a piece of bamboo that's about 2.5 inches in diameter, and we split it into long, thin strips. We then meticulously hand plane those strips into smaller dimensions, which eventually get glued together to make the final rod. The final product is a rod that is a great casting and a fishing rod, and it's a great piece of artwork as well. I really focus a lot of attention on the quality when I'm building my rods. How that really shows up is in the reel seats and the wrapping of the guides and the finish work that I do. With reel seats, I turn my own reel seats on a lathe in my shop, and I really enjoy finding a nice, highly figured piece of hardwood like this and turning it down into a nice reel seat. I also work with a silversmith down in Southern Oregon to do some very intricate engraving work on my reel seat hardware. It really makes my reel seats for my rods look outstanding. For wrapping guides on my rods, I use the finest silk thread that I can obtain. And as I wrap the thread on, I pack it very tightly, each wrap very tightly together to give a nice continuous look on the thread. It takes a lot of time to do that, but it gives a better look. And I also put two tippings on the thread wraps as well, usually complementary colors. And that helps accent the wraps on the guides. The last part of the build process is the finish on the rod, and I dip 6 coats of a polyurethane finish and polish it up at the end. That gets us to the final fly rod here, and it still amazes me that we can use the same methods and practices and tools of the old masters from the turn of the century and start with a piece of raw bamboo and come up with such a great looking and great casting fly fishing rod like we're able to. So here's hoping you'll enjoy a bamboo rod and a great fly fishing experience in the near future.